Hello there, and welcome to Non-Dairy Cards. Now, I've got kind of a weird opening here. I found this at one of my local card shops. Looked at the checklist after I bought it, and it looks like there are two different checklists. There's a hobby checklist and a retail checklist, and this does guarantee 2 autograph cards, and we've got our poster boy here, who I'm hoping we don't get too much of. But it seems like the retail offering on this is a lot weaker from an autograph perspective, but I think this one was $30. I figured, hey, we're gonna get 2 autographs. Let's do it. I wanted to rip something, so let's make sure we get this guy what he deserves. Well, I would say passive aggressive, but I think that was flat out aggressive. All right. Get in here, see what we got. Okay, this is interesting. So it looks like the autographs are here, which I'll just grab a card that I have. I got this Nomar Garciaparra, and then we've got our 50 card set here. See what we get from here. I don't know if this is like the entire set, or if this is, I guess this is the entire set. Okay, this is weird. So we got Tatis, Acuna, Wander Franco, Mauricio, Luciano, Marte, Carlson, J-Rod, Davy Garcia, Dominguez, Bryce Ball, Tanner Burns, Garrett Mitchell, Jarvis, Kierstad, Bobby Miller, Mlodzinski, Torkelson, and I'm just putting guys off to the side who were kind of interesting for me. Ciccone, Sabato, Jarren Duran, Perdomo, Martinez, Luis Rodriguez, Nick Lofton. Dude, this looks like friggin' softball league, like beer league softball jerseys. That's kind of a fun one. Max Meyer, Asa Lacy, Austin Martin, Hancock, Nick Gonzalez, Robert Hassel, Zach Veen, Reed Detmers, Crochet, Austin Hendrick, Patrick Bailey on the rookie, and that's a good one for me. So we got Justin Foscue, McAble, who's a rookie this last year, Ed Howard, Nick York, PCA, Jordan Walker, Carson Tucker, Nick Bitsko, Jared Schuster, and Tyler Soderstrom, Jordan Westberg, Burl Caraway, Yolequi Cespedes, and Oswald Peraza. So, yeah, I think these kind of are interesting because it is just you can see it's just numbered. I just pulled out the ones that were interesting to me, but in order here. So, depending on what these autos are, these might be ones that we might have to do something else. But, Spencer Strider's not a bad auto to get from here. So, actually pretty happy with that. So, guy who has an epic mustache and hopefully comes back. He's got the pretty killer quads. And then Tanner Murray, who I know a lot less about here. So, I'm not sure about this guy, but Spencer Strider, neither of these are both sticker autos, but I'm kind of okay with that. Didn't think that this was going to be just your random 1 to 50 sort of set. I figured it would be packs, but maybe I'm just crazy on there. But let me know if you guys have opened this. With that being said, we've got some time. I'll go through some of the other things I picked up at the LCS. Kind of what I was interested in. We'll pull these out of the protectors for a second here. So I found this Garciaparra with the piece of a base in it. So this is a game-used base relic, and it's numbered to 150 on that one. So thought that was cool. That one was $3 at the card shop. So I'm like, you know what? I'll grab that for $3. Not going to complain about that. So we'll throw Nomar up here. Then we've got this one. I've started to kind of see these every now and then, and so I've been grabbing them because, again, this was a the All-Star Game Fan Fest that I went to in San Francisco, so kind of has that personal memory for me. So we've got the event worn Carlos Beltran, not the biggest Beltran fan, but he did have a cup of coffee with the Giants, and it only cost us Zach Wheeler, who one of the best pitchers in the league now. So, not bitter about that trade at all. Then I found this Baby Buster Posey card here, which I thought was a really cool card. So this is Topps. I don't even know what this is from. I don't know if this is Allen Ginter or what. But I thought this was a cool looking card. You got Buster Posey looking like a baby in this sort of canvas picture here, but rookie card, you can see that's from 2010 here. So grab that one. Doesn't have the rookie logo or anything on it, but knowing that Buster Posey came up in 2010, and that's when they won the World Series, I knew that was a rookie card here. So grab that one because, of course, I do collect Buster. So we'll put him on top of our other guy here. And then the next couple of cards here, next three cards, are all because I'm kind of filling up a shelf that I had. So if you recall, I actually got these ones a little while back on one of my save on shipping sort of thing. So I found this Holgate and Tyler Black, and so I have them on my shelf. I thought those were cool looking cards from 22 Inception, and I've got space for two other cards there. And so I found a few cards that would match this at the card shop here. So first is this Darryl Hernandez on that. So wanted to have kind of that whole shelf kind of look similar. So I think these are just cool looking cards, especially being on-card autos, all numbered here. I know Hernandez has, I think, made a few appearances in the majors here. So definitely a guy I'm interested in, and especially given that, I kind of started collecting the Orioles here just because my son liked the Orioles, and I've kind of started to come around and enjoy them as well. Next card here is this George Feliz for the Mariners here. Pull that one out so you can see. So again, I like how that sort of, you've got the foil-ish effect on that center circle, numbered to $3.99 here, and again, on-card auto, not a bad-looking card here. So again, trying to fill out that shelf to where it all looks kind of consistent. And again, these are not super expensive cards. Both the Hernandez and the Feliz were $3 cards, and I bought a whole bulk. So a couple of the cards they just threw in for free because I bought a handful of cards here. And then the last one is this Luis Mesa, and I thought this one was really cool because obviously it's numbered to 25 here. So really nice looking card there. This one was $5. So I'm like, you know what? I will splurge on that, spend a little bit more on that card, get the number to 25. Again, I don't know really anything about any of these guys outside of Hernandez, but again, trying to get that shelf looking kind of cool. This one, out of the three, this one obviously looks very different. So, if we kind of look at the aesthetic of the cards here, again, I like the looks of these, but these all kind of have that same vibe, and they're all numbered. This one's to 99, 248, 250, and 399. Not sure why it's all that weird, but these are all kind of the same vibe on the card, so they kind of have that same sort of experience. And then this one just feels different, so this may go on a different shelf. Because I know you guys all asked about that, so appreciate you asking. I'm happy to talk about all of my shelves and put my cards back up there. And then the last card here, this one is probably going to be the least favorite for some folks out there, but again, growing up a Giants fan, there was nothing more electric than a Barry Bonds at bat in the early 2000s. So say what you will about him. If you go back and watch some of those at bats, I don't think there's ever been a player with a better understanding of the strike zone and understanding of pitchers. It was, you kind of grew up in that age where Greg Maddux, they called him the professor because he just knew everything that was going on. He remembered all of the pitches and how people, how he wanted to attack people, what the sort of history is. So I thought this was a good looking card. Barry Bonds was that as a hitter. He was a guy who understood all of the pitchers, what their tendencies were. Now, the problem was he wasn't the nicest of guys, especially to the media. So, people didn't want to talk to him as much as they wanted to talk to a guy like Maddux. So, when he was going crazy, he had a few great public appearances, but for the most part, he was aloof. It took until recently to understand kind of how good this guy was at just understanding the strike zone, understanding how pitchers were throwing things. But I saw this card. It was, again, another one that was $3. This was the one where the guy's like, this one's free. I'm like, yeah, it's just because you don't like Barry Bonds. So I appreciate that. But I thought that was a cool looking card here for, Barry Bonds. And again, priced at $3. Paid nothing for it, but appreciate you joining me, opening that very weird box of Leaf cards here. Although, I'm not upset with the Spencer Strider auto. I'll have to check out Tanner Murray to see if I can find anything about him, but I was thinking, hey, maybe I want to grab another box of these. I don't know that I'm going to do that. So let me know if you guys have purchased these, or if you think this draft set is weird, or if I'm just kind of a loser for thinking that. But anyway, appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will catch you again next time.